Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this file. I'm a little bit confused. I'm thinking he wants to put notches into this ring, the same pattern, but I don't see the 1.88 because if we take the parallel dimension tool and measure this, I get 0.12. If I measure this, I get 0.21. So I don't know where the 0.18 is. So I'm just going to kind of go with my gut feelings on this. I'm going to take these rings and move them out of the way so they don't interfere. And I don't really know what this is. So we're just going to get these out of the way. So I still don't understand the 1.88. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And what we need to do, if we want these notches to be equally proportioned up and down from the other one, we need to take this ellipse, and it's an ellipse, so we need to go to Object and convert it to a curve. And then we need to go to Windows, Dockers, and Properties, and then go over here to this squiggly line. So this length of this curve is 1335, 365. I'm going to write that down. 13 point. See, that's why I got to write it down. I've already forgot what it is. 1335, 365. And if you get your text tool, you can just keep writing 1335, 365. So there's our measurement of that ellipse. And if he wants this to be the same, these squares are 1 point. So the best way to do it would probably be to take a 2-point line and go from there to there. I'm going to change his, so I'm going to hit F12 on the keyboard, and I'm going to change his dimension drawing tool to a hairline. I'm going to go ahead and make it red, which really doesn't matter. Make it RGB red. Well, it still says CMYK. There we go. So now when I draw that line, get the 2-point line and go from there to there. I'm going to fill this in with the Smart Fill tool. Doesn't matter what color. And I'm going to hold it down and hold down the control button. And I don't know if he wants it on the inside or the outside. So let's go to the outside. Now I'm going to left click, right click, and we're going to bring out a calculator. 360 divided by 13.35365, and we get the angle is 26.95. And we're going to go ahead and copy the whole thing to make it accurate. Make a copy of that. Now let's open up a Docker transform or transformation, depending on which one. We're going to go to here, and we're going to go that angle, and we're going to right click and paste that angle in there. Now, I don't really know how many are going to go in there. So let's go get the calculator back out and go 360. Well, now we need 13.35365 divided by that number right there, which is 26,959. So we need 36 of them basically. So we've got the angle and we're going to go 36, but we've already, whenever it says copy, you need to take one off because for the copy, and then let's hit apply. Whoop, I didn't change the rotation to the center of the page. I'm going to hit my alternate C. Well, I'm using his file. So let's bring in indexing lines and hit P, and take this and double click and move our rotation to the center of the page. It doesn't look like it is, but a lot of times it's there, and it is. So now let's try it. I do not know why it did that. Let's back up here. That is weird. And it's not really, so maybe that's not what he even wanting. I guess we're going to have the same number of, and he actually had a drawing over here. Maybe that's what he wants. He wants the notches to be equal with that. So let's take a 2-point line starting in here, hold down the control button and go to that line. And you can see it's in the center there. Double click on it, move our rotation to there, click off of it, click back on it is. And let's rotate that to the center. Now, we don't know if that's exactly in the center. You know what we could do? Let's back up here. There are, counting this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. There are 28 of them. So let's make sure it's rotating from there. And let's go, well, let's go get a calculator. 360 divided by 28 is 12.85. So let's go ahead and copy that number. Copy, angle, paste, and we need 28. Well, actually 27. I didn't have the rotation. Whoop, I didn't have the rotation of the line. I thought I did to that node. Not quite there. I'm going to have to zoom in. Yeah, it's there. Now let's try it. Now we got the center. So I'm kind of doing this backwards, but so we know that it's that angle. So now we're going to take this, double click on it, the rotation's in the center. We want that same angle, and we want, so now those are separate of those. Now this is what I like. Let me get rid of this wordage and get rid of this. And if you hold down the Alt key, you can swipe through here and grab all the red lines. Whoop. Those red lines must have been connected. Let's get rid of that. Whoop. You know what? For a second, I'm going to move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. Now I'm going to use my Alt key. And whatever touches the red lines, it'll delete them. Let's delete that. Now let's move this back. I hope this is what he was wanting. So now we have the same gear ratio up top that's in the bottom. Now to get rid of those parts, let's try this. Let's move this down. Let's move our circle over to the left. Let's move let's move this down. Let's move this down. Let's go ahead and group this together, and we can move this ring back over. And let's see if the weld tool does not weld it. There's a couple options we can use. Make sure you select it all and weld it. Yep, you got rid of them, the notches. Now, I don't know if you want them on the outside or inside, but this way the notches, well, there's a couple that didn't weld. You can always take, you know what, let's try this. Before we do that, let's try another weld option. Well, we need to group these together. I think I did group them together. Yep, they're grouped together. You've got to have them grouped together. And now let's try either back minus front or front minus back. Nope, do the opposite. Oh, let's try welding them one more time. Huh, it's not welding them at all. It could be that they're just a minute, yeah, they're going around that turn. So what we can do is take this circle and make it like with this ratio lock, let's make it 101% bigger. Whoop. $101. Well, that's too big. I don't know what he's doing. 100.05. Just made it a hair bigger. Let's zoom in and see what happened. Yeah, see now our lines are below that circle. And now we can grab both these and weld them. And that way it worked. Now bring this other ring up. So now if this was like a cog of a gear, each one of the cogs is least in line. So he might wanted them on the inside, but he can do the exact same thing on the inside. That probably makes more sense to have them on the inside. Let's just back up and let's just do that. Gonna have to back up pretty far. So let's put this on the inside now. So now we can take this, holding down the control button, and let's make it like right there. Now let's go ahead and get rid of this garbage. Holding down the Alt key, deleting it. Say the circle is taken over because when we attach, we're attaching the circle. So let's just get rid of all this. Now hold down the Alt key, delete that, bring our cog back, bring our next circle back. Actually, I don't want the cog. So we're going to move the cog out of the way for a second. I'm going to move it down, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Now, somehow I don't have it in the center. You can see my rotation is not in the center. There we go. Now let's take this, and these are individuals. So let's take for this to work, you've got to move this out of the way and group this together. Control G, move our circle back, whoop, and then weld it. That didn't work with a flip. There we go. Now we have back minus front. Now put the cog back. Now we got inside, and so each one of these match now. I don't know, hope you can see that or understand that. I'm hoping, if not, he'll email me back and tell me what I did wrong. And I really don't understand. Let me move this number out of the way. I do not, and see, this is the whole time I've been nudging, so I can just nudge right back. And if you look, those are within that circle. So I don't know what he was trying to do. So we're perfect. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. If not, he'll let me know. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.